Okay, so now we're in After Effects, and we need to discuss how you guys can manipulate the length of your videos and try to get the timing down for your shot, for your sequence, so that it is within our doable range. Okay, it's our 8 to 12 seconds that we're shooting for. Okay, so I'm going to erase these two layers, and I'm going to select all my video footage. So I had the top one selected. I held down Shift and selected the bottom video, and I'm going to drag them all in. Okay, and I get all these massive timelines, massive layers, and videos that are represented in my timeline. First thing I'm going to do is spread this out. And right now, the only layer that I can see is the top layer. You know, this 5421. Okay, but if I were to drag past where that one ends, then I'm going to see my next shot. The next one that still exists at this point in time is 5426. Okay, so I need to get all these to exist to within 8 to 12 seconds. And I'm not going to force you to watch me to do all of that, but I'm going to show you a few quick tips on how to get that to work. Okay, so I deselected everything just by clicking on empty space in the timeline, and you can drag these videos around so they can exist at a different point in time. You just do that by clicking in the middle of where they exist and dragging it around. Okay. Now, it's often really nice to be able to control where to make these butt up right against each other. So if you hold down Shift, so again, if you hold down Shift, it'll make it snap to different locations. So I know now that my timeline, there's not going to be any blank frames, and it's going to just switch to my next shot. Okay, so that was useful. So just real quickly, if I hold down Shift, I can snap these. All into so they're not overlapping anymore based on time. Okay, now I've run out of time, out of my 15 seconds. So maybe I need to increase the amount of time that I'm showing. So if I need to do that for some reason, I can select my master comp and go to comp settings, and I could change this. Change it to 45 seconds, even though that's way longer than what we really wanted. Just so I can get all this on to show at once. So again, holding down Shift, get these to snap in place. And now they're all lined up, right? Well, sometimes you don't necessarily need all of it to be showing. Maybe you don't need all of your footage for a particular shot, which is probably going to be the case for almost all of us. So all we have to do is, you don't have to press anything on your keyboard. You can just hover over the end of a particular segment, and you can drag it and shorten it. Now it's not going to exist beyond that point. Okay. So I've got more layers down here. That's why there's still stuff showing. Let me hide that just so there's not confusing, because it was confusing me. So it's blank there. It's not going to show that part of the footage. Okay. So I could grab all of these and I can drag them. And if I hold down Shift, it's not working quite like I want. So maybe I need to hold down Shift and I can snap this, my current time indicator, and then I can hold down Shift. Oh, it's not going to do it for me. Okay, so I'll have to zoom in really close. Now I can see individual frames, and I can just shift all this. Now it butts up. Okay, and I've successfully shortened how long that first video shows. Okay, and this is really about all you're going to need to do to shorten to be able to space out your shots. Now there is every now and then a time where you don't really need video. Like in my case, I don't know that I really need video footage here. So I could save out a single frame of this particular shot. And insert a single image. Okay, so you have to bear with me for a second. So export, let's see, it's composition, let's see, save frame as a file. Okay, and there was even a shortcut for it, and it's going to name it to a PSD file if I want, or if I don't want even, it looks like. And I'm going to save it to my After Effects project. I'll rename this to the shot 1, just for kicks. Click Save. Now what happens is that automatically took me to a tab that's called my render queue. It actually did not create that file just yet. Inside the render queue, you can tell it some different settings if you want to. I recommend you just leave them how they are. Okay? But if you're curious about where it's going because you're not sure, then you can look in here in the output module. Let me scroll this up to make it bigger. In the render queue, if you unfold the output module, you can see that it's saving, in my case, to the users Brooks DGM 2210 After Effects project. And this is the name of the file, the shot1.psd. If I'm okay with how that's going to be created, then I need to click render. Okay, so it rendered it. Now I can go in and import that footage. Let me check to see if it didn't already automatically. Nope. Okay, so I can go, wait, did it? Shot 12, nope. Okay, so it didn't save it. It didn't import it automatically. So we go to import file. I need to go to that location. After Effects project. There's my shot 1. Import. I can just do it straight unmatted. That's fine. So there's my PSD. Okay. Now if I switch back to my Master Comp tab, I can select this first layer, which I now have a single image for, and press delete to get rid of it. And I'm going to drag this shot 1 PSD down and add it in. Now when you use a single image, it automatically applies that image to your the entire length of time. Okay, so you can change where it exists again by just dragging on the ends, or we can begin to animate a little bit. That may be useful to go ahead and cover this. Since we've covered animation in Maya, we'll cover it